Good day, everyone. It has been requested for a brief demonstration of the Linnworks platform so that you guys can get a quick idea of all the different aspects that we touch without going too deep into the weeds. So I'd very much like to present that to you today. So let's start here in channel integrations. Coming into the Linnworks interface, you see all the navigation down the left-hand side here. We're currently under settings in channel integrations. And this is actually where you will get different marketplaces and channels connected to your Linnworks environment. We see that here. I've got an Amazon UK and Amazon US account. I've got an eBay store connected here and a Shopify account connected. I've called Shopify Store A. Now, I initially called that this connection Linnworks Shopify Store A for Shopify because I may include another Shopify store, maybe 2 or 3 more, right? So I could have store A, B, C, D, all connected to Shopify at once. So we do permit for multiple connections to the same marketplace or the same channel for different accounts at the same time. So you can achieve that in Linnworks. Let's quickly go up to the Add New button here. I want to show you all the different channels and marketplaces that we provide connections to. And so in this list, we've got about 114 different marketplaces here, 54 of ours, 60 built by third-party developers out there. And there's quite an extensive list here, everything from A to Z, all the way down, including that Walmart integration that a lot of folks are interested in these days as well. All right, so to get connected to that particular marketplace, again, you'll just search for it like I've just done. You'll click that integrate button there. That will launch a marketplace-specific connection wizard that will take you through the required steps to get your Linnworks account connected to that particular marketplace. All right, once that's been done, that marketplace is gonna show up here as a connected marketplace within your Linnworks account. You'll go into the little pencil icon here, and that will give you very specific configurability options for that particular marketplace, right? So you get in here, you'll be able to make specific adjustments to that particular marketplace to have that form the way that you specifically need it to. Then next up, which is really actually, it's a great bit of information tool here, is the channel location. So you can map multiple locations for most of these channels. You can map multiple locations for held inventory to a specific marketplace. And that's really important because that also means you cannot select specific inventory locations to show to particular marketplaces. And what that means is you can have your inventory locations split up by brand or by category or by marketplace if that's how you do it or if that's how you wound up operating. And then you have the option to show specific warehouses, specific inventory to specific marketplaces. And you can tell and program Linnworks how you want that set up within the platform. Then you can map individual inventory items, right? So you've got your items that you have on your marketplace and you have the same items, you have those in your Linnworks, but if the SKUs don't match one another, you have the ability to map those SKUs, your marketplace specific SKUs to those internal SKUs you have in Linnworks. If the SKUs do match, that becomes a super simple exercise. Linnworks can help get those matched up for you very quickly, and you're good to go. But being able to hold one SKU in Linnworks and then connect that SKU to various marketplace specific SKUs is actually a very powerful tool. And we'll take a further look at that here in just a little bit. All right, so that's the basics of getting your Linnworks system connected to various marketplaces and channels out there. So let's move on to inventory. So from that settings section down here, we are gonna advance all the way up to the top of the screen into the My Inventory dashboard. And that's what we're looking at right here. So just to get you quickly familiar with this UI, we are currently looking at inventory items and their current availabilities in our default warehouse. You see that up there in the corner there. Now I can select that and say, hey, I want to look at inventory levels and items in a different warehouse. Now I'm looking at stuff in my Texas warehouse. Then I might switch that over and look at stuff in my London warehouse, right? So we are looking at inventory for your items in specific location warehouses, right? That can include external 3PLs. Say I've got a 3PL out in California that's holding inventory for me. I don't, so all my show 0 here. But if I did, I would see my inventory levels at that California 3PL. Same is true for a supplier dropship. If they want to feed me data to show me inventory levels that I have availability to sell, we can certainly set that up as well. And then to look at all of your different warehouse locations combined into a total view so you can quickly access total inventory across all locations, you've got that combined stock view right there. That's going to be helpful with that. We are connected to Amazon FBA and Walmart WFS. So if you are holding inventory at those specific locations, FBA for Amazon, WFS for Walmart, we do have the ability to show you your inventory levels at those locations as well. So good stuff there. If you want more information on that, certainly reach out to us and give us a call. And I'd love to kind of walk you through that Amazon FBA capability that we have there. All right, next up, what's real important here is the available inventory. This is what we send to those marketplaces and channels. All right, so we've got your stock level, which represents your current physical inventory. We will subtract inventory that has been allocated to an open order but not yet fulfilled, and that will leave you with your available inventory, right? That's how much you've got left to sell, including what's already allocated to open orders. And then you can input your minimum stock level, whatever that might be per item, per warehouse for you, and Linnworks will automatically color code this available inventory against that minimum level, so you'll always be able to see the health of your inventory at a glance within the Linnworks platform there. Anytime we see levels drop below that minimum level, that will turn orange there. Anything that's above it will remain green, letting us know, hey, that particular item's in good inventory health there, nothing to worry about. A couple other things I want to point out here in the UI, you've got your view across the top here. We've got columns like SKU, title, barcode number, retail price. All of these column headers come with the default view. That's the view you get out of the box with Linnworks. But you do have this plus icon here, which gives you the inventory view editor. This is where I can set up specific views of my inventory, looking at specific details or categories or types of inventory broken out in the way that is useful to me, right? Regarding what I'm currently doing. If I'm a warehouse manager, or if I'm a catalog manager, or if I'm a general manager, I might want to have different views of that inventory, kind of depending on the role that I'm operating in. And so I can set those views up here to move between them very quickly and efficiently if I feel like it, right? Some examples here, I've got some different views up here. I've got a Patagonia view that is only showing me my Patagonia branded products in this view here, and I've changed some of the column headers to provide some more useful information for me. I've built a view specifically for listings. Don't worry, we're going to talk more about listings here shortly. And I've built myself a view for forecasting. And again, more on forecasting coming up, so stay tuned. All right, so I just wanted to show how you can kind of configure the UI to provide relevant information to the role that you're performing at your organization. So you're not hunting and pecking for bits of data. You can just have it all out there in front there for you. All right, cool. Let's get into composites and variations, right? We get asked this a lot. Do we have kits and bundles? And the answer is yes, we certainly do. We call a kit or a bundle a composite SKU. Here's some examples. It's simply a virtual SKU here that allows you under the composition tab here to add real inventory items in the quantities appropriate for this particular composite item or bundle or kit. So composition is really like your recipe card of the kit that you're building, right? And then we deduct inventory at these quantities anytime somebody places an order for this composite unit. The availability of this composite unit is also based on the lowest quantity available of its component parts. And so that all meshes really nicely for kits and bundles. More on that if you wish. Reach out to me. Let me know you want to hear more about that, and we can certainly schedule a call for you. Variations. Here's an example here, guys. If you sell products with a lot of different variants for sizes or colors, primarily in apparel, but other use cases out there as well, you do have the opportunity to sell those items individually. So as a single color and a single size on a single SKU, you can certainly do that. You can also take all of these SKUs and put them under a variation parent, like I've done here with the Tommy Hilfiger t-shirts. Now this is one product listing that I can push to a marketplace that's going to carry all of these variants for different sizes and different colors of those t-shirts under this variation parent there. So again, if you want more details on that, how that works, how to set that up, give me a shout. I'd love to talk to you about that for your organization specifically. All right, let's keep moving along here. A couple other things I want to point out under the inventory section is we do have the ability to transfer inventory items from one of your warehouses to another back and forth. So easy peasy there. All right. And also, Being able to take stock counts, create and execute purchase orders, right, within the Linnworks platform. So we'll talk a little bit more about that on forecasting. We do have the ability to get that rolling for you. So let me check time here. I don't see a time display anyway, so let's keep going. Let's keep pushing through. We've got a few more minutes left. So next up, getting into product information management. I'm not going to spend a ton of time in here, guys, but the product details page that you saw me bring up earlier has different tabs, including images, weights and dimensions, listing descriptions, titles, and prices by channel, right? So you have the ability to make very fine-tuned edits by channel, by product within the Linnworks platform. And then Linnworks distributes that information out to all of your different marketplaces. Supplier information, we do hold for each individual SKU item. And then the extended properties table is an open attribute table where you can store all of your various attributes. All right. Quickly jumping into forecasting. Forecasting in Linnworks is pretty simple. Essentially, what we're looking to do is give you an expected reorder quantity and an expected reorder date to keep inventory from stocking out. That is the function of Linnworks forecasting, to make sure that you don't run out of stock. As you know, if you stock out under certain marketplaces, they will penalize you for that. We want to avoid that for you. So the system's going to look at your daily average consumption. How fast are you consuming product? Based on that number, we're going to look at how much you have, how much you typically reorder, what your reorder options are. We are going to suggest a reorder quantity and a reorder date for you to initiate a purchase order. And that's how Linnworks forecasting functions. If you need a bit more forecasting capability than that, we've got a great partnership with Inventory Planner. I'd encourage you to check that out. Also, if you have questions about forecasting capability in Linnworks, reach out to me. I'd love to give you a personalized demonstration there. You do have the ability to say, hey, look, there's a bunch of items that have the same purchase order date. Let me think about selecting all of those, issuing a restock, smart calculate. That is to the suggested quantities from the default supplier. Now, I could click that button there and that would execute probably 4 or 5 different purchase orders based on the number of suppliers I have in this list. And then we can further edit those purchase orders and then place those POs to get more product inbound. Okay. Very quickly, guys, I want to cover listings. So from Linnworks, for a select series of marketplaces and channels, we do have the ability to create listings using marketplace specific templates and then push those listings out to those marketplaces in bulk. So for example, I say I have a grip of products here, all these t-shirts that I want to get listed to eBay. Well, I can do that very quickly by selecting all of those products, clicking in the eBay column there, say, hey, let's create listings on eBay. I'm going to use this specific template. This is my eBay US clothing template. Hold that in your mind. Remember that. I'm going to use this particular template. The system's telling me I've got a few products here that aren't ready to go yet. They don't have the required data sets already in there. So I'm going to remove those from this project. Everything else, all those other products I selected, they are good to go. I have all of the required specifications in line. My extended properties are all lined up. I've got my images in place. This template is ready to go. So I do have the option now to select all those products, hit that process button, and that's going to tell Linnworks to publish those listings to that particular marketplace out there. Great way to, in bulk and rapidly push a large number of different SKUs to a large number of different marketplaces. So if that is your function, if that is your operation, that's how you guys operate, is you're pushing a lot of products to a lot of marketplaces frequently, Linnworks listings is a great tool for that. That template that I showed you earlier is going to be under the configurator section here for eBay specifically. Here's a few different templates I have to utilize. Here's the one we were looking at earlier. You can see where I can match up the required attributes for that particular marketplace to the attributes that I have stored for this product in Linnworks. And so for more information on our listing template capabilities, please, again, reach out to me, give me a call. I don't have time to go super deep into that here today. So that was listings, that was forecasting, that was inventory, that was warehouses. Let's quickly jump into order management and get you guys out of here. So one of the most important things about order management that I want to cover very quickly is the fact that we have the ability to automatically sort orders into different fulfillment groups utilizing our rules engine. The rules engine in Linnworks is an automation system that lets you build automations within the UI. As an example, let me quickly take you in here and show you a rule, an automation that I've built that automatically sorts my orders into specific fulfillment groups. As an example, when an order enters the system, the first thing that automation does is determine where that order came from. Then based on that response, we'll ask that order a second set of questions that then push that order into a specific fulfillment group based on size, destination, weight, tons and tons of different variables you can ask of an order to be able to route that order to a specific fulfillment group. Once that order lands in that specific fulfillment group, we can select that fulfillment group here, which will give us a subset of our total orders that we saw there. And let's get that guy to load. There we go. And we can then select that subset of all those orders that have come in. We can tell the system to either print us a paper copy pick list or generate a digital pick wave. Digital pick wave is nice because we have some options on how we want to get that pick wave produced. Then we can assign that to a specific user in our platform or leave it open for any warehouse worker to pick it up. Once that pick list has been generated, we can pop over to the mobile section. We can find our pick waves and we can see them. Let me allocate this to myself very quickly. Here's our pick wave. You'll see the pick wave being loaded here. We've got the items that we need to pick for various orders. In this case, I've got a Lacoste white large t-shirt. That's the SKU. That's the bin rack location in my warehouse where I can find it. Here's an image of it. So I'll go to that bin rack location. The system's telling me I need one. I'll pick one of those items and it sends us on to the next item in line there. Here, again, I'll pick those units and we can move on. We do have enforced scanning available, so if you'd rather your pickers scan rather than type in a quantity, we can certainly make that happen for you as well. Then they'll bring all of those items back to the packing bench. Let's go back into the UI here. You can do this from the mobile device as well, but I wanted to show the ability to select all those orders that we just went and picked for. In the desktop environment, we can say, let's go ahead and process those orders. Here again, we can scan these individual items into this particular orders box. We do have the ability to print a customized invoice, a shipping label. This shipping label will be coming from either your own accounts connected through Linnworks to UPS, FedEx, DHL, and any other number of over 80 different global carriers that we support. Or alternatively, if you're using a shipping service like a ShipStation or a ShipHero or some other shipping aggregator where you might be getting good rates, we can connect to those as well. Either way, when you print your label, that tracking number is going to drop in here and save against this particular order, as well as that tracking number is going to be pushed back to the original channel as well. So that marketplace is going to get your shipping status and that tracking number to your customer as well. Then we're going to process that order. That moves us on to the next order. This order is done in the Linnworks system. You've already picked it, you've packed it, you've put a label on it, and you've staged it for pickup. And inventory has been kept up to date in real time the whole way through there. So Linnworks is doing a great job of keeping track of your inventory as you're processing those orders in a live manner. So just a quick reminder, as you're picking and processing those orders, this available column is going to be updated in real time, and Linnworks is going to pass that available inventory data back to the marketplaces at a very high rate of frequency, typically every 5, 10, or 15 minutes, really depending on that particular marketplace. Last little bit I wanted to show you guys is we do have some pretty cool reporting available to you. So all that data that's going into and out of Linnworks, we're going to be able to capture some of that and present that to you in a variety of different ways. We also have a library of over 80 different e-commerce specific detailed reports that you guys will have access to out of the box. And then you've guessed it, you've got custom reporting options available to you as well. With that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this demonstration up there. I'm probably over time here, but I did my best to get everything into a short demonstration for your viewing pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, if you want more information, you want to go a little bit deeper into the application here, please reach out to us. I'd love to do a very specific demonstration for your organization for you and see if we are a good fit. So, guys, one thing I almost forgot. Holy cow. One thing I almost forgot here, guys, you got to stick around for this. We've got the Spotlight AI enhancement that I've got to show you guys. So in this demonstration environment, I've got turned on for us our Spotlight AI tool. You see that banner up there at the top? This is a brand new feature that was released earlier this year. The Spotlight AI tool, what this does is it watches your manual actions as you're going through your picking process, your order sorting process, your order routing process, assigning particular carriers, manual actions that you take in the OMS. It's going to watch you for a while. And as you can see here, it's then going to notify you, hey, I've noticed some specific manual tasks that you're taking in the platform. I would like to show you how to automate those particular tasks, right? So you may go through onboarding in Linnworks and set up specific rules and automations. And then as you're going, a few months into it, you realize, hey, we're still doing some manual tasks. We got a lot of it automated, but we're doing some manual tasks. Spotlight AI is going to identify what those manual processes are that you do repetitively. And it's going to suggest, when I click on this Learn More button, how I can make specific automations, or which automations might be really helpful in increasing efficiency and speed within my warehouse. And this system is in the background running all the time, looking at your actions and suggesting particular automations that would save you guys time and efficiency and mistakes in the warehouse. This is a free service. It's written into the code. You get it automatically. We don't charge anything else for it, but it's there. It's a great use of AI. It doesn't give you videos of cats and dinosaurs, but it does help you increase efficiency in your warehouse. And it helps you incrementally continue to become better and better and better at what you do. The more you use the system, the more efficiency it's going to identify for you. So glad I didn't forget that. Again, that's called Spotlight AI. That's an Linnworks exclusive. So please, if you have any more questions about that, again, give us a call as well. Thanks so much for stopping by, everybody. Hope that was quick enough for you. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.